is called the Hydra Intelligence Mainframe. This is where all my friends from the mall world can come in for training. Now, I didn't see 1,000 likes on the previous video, so I'm not going to give you the main stuff. I'll just give you the light stuff for an hour. Basically, I'm just going to give you some tips and tricks you can use while you're out on the internet. You don't need to know how it works or why, because you don't care, but at least you have it. So I'm going to tell you. So when you go into the internet, you need to develop something called a method cover. A method cover is not a real person. A method cover is like your avatar. It's your legend. It's your fake person that you use, your straw man, that you use to interact with humans. Because you, my dear one watching right now, have been specifically selected to join a top secret above tier 1 program run by aliens and the United States government of the Pentagon in order to protect humanity from seen and unseen dangers in this world and the next, and the others. And since you have the ability to tune into these realms, worlds, dimensions, whatever you want to call them, we have decided to give you a training guide, a safety manual, a contextualization, which you are not to believe as gospel, but you are to use as a schematic to help you recontextualize your reality. Because up until now, you've believed that the reality you've been living in has been made up of your mom, your dad, your grandparents. You go to work, you go to school, you get a job, you die, you retire, whatever. You go on vacation, you follow us. That's the human world. You are not part of the human world. Why? Because let's say you are a pilot and you're flying a plane. And while you're flying a plane, you happen to have a psychic vision. That's not very safe now, is it? What if you are a trader on the stock market and you work for Goldman Sachs? And Goldman Sachs starts looking at your progress reports and they say, why do you always win? Oh, you're psychic. Now everyone wants you. So now Goldman Sachs has to bribe you, or they have to compromise you so they can control you. But you're an alien. So if they do that to you, it's not just happening to you, it's happening to us because we can feel it. So now when you get caught in a compromising situation, we get caught in a compromising situation because we can see it in the mall when we go to sleep. And so some of us don't like it, and then we come and rescue you. And in order to rescue one of ours, we destroy corporations. We will destroy drug trafficking rings. We don't care what we have to do to get you. Because unlike humans, we operate on a very simple tenet. No alien left behind. No Lumanian left behind. No matter what, it's just how we are. And we will ping you and you will be found. And don't worry about Sergey. He's coming. He's a secret surprise. Ivan Sergey, we're coming. We're coming to get you. So it's vitally important for you to have your basic survival. So that's what I'm going to give you today for free. I want you to develop your method cover. And before I tell you how, I'm going to show you. So when I talk about the realms, I mentioned before that we have different dimensions or realms. Here is where we are in the 1D, Here's the 2D where you do your actions. Here's the 3D where you think, right? Your thoughts. There's because you act based on your thoughts. So when people say we live in a 3D reality, it means we move based on what we think. Whereas if we are Lumanian or you watching now, you move based on the fifth dimensional realm, the twilight zone, if you will. And that's a realm of causality. So we don't go with the flow, we create the flow, we are the flow, we know when to change the flow. It's like Tom Cruise, he's one of us. And he talks about story and he says, your most important job as a storyteller is to control the audience. I could have just come out after one day and said, oh no, I don't want to date that guy because he's a demon. No, that's boring. I had to build the romance and do the whole. Well, first I had to select him. Yes, they wanted me, you know who they are, wanted me to select someone else, but I interrupted their pattern by selecting my own person. And once I selected my own person, the whole thing was lost because they were playing my game now, because I controlled the chess pieces. And my person happened to have powers which came in handy for me. Now, that's why, as an agent, you have to be left alone to work on your own because only you know what you're doing. Your powers got you this far, your powers are going to take you to the end. What we have as Hydra is support because you do need support. And so when you are creating your cover, you want to go to the mall world or the realms, whatever you want to call it, and then find okay, so if you want the details, either buy the book or the 1,000 likes will suffice. For now, I'll just give it to you in the normal human way. Okay, so you can call yourself a seer. A seer. Not a seer. A seer, like I am a seer. You're a seer, right? Okay. And I want you to remember that. In fact, I want you to remember it like this. Let's say I am a seer. Let's spell it the old English way, the medieval way. I am a seer. Okay, I want you to use this spelling. If you want all your powers to activate, you're going to say, I am a seer. Now, what does it mean to be a seer? It means you are skilled at survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. If you're a seer, you can survive, evade, resist, and escape. Escape what? Danger. And a danger is anything that is a threat to your life, your being, your beingness. So whenever you develop your method cover, you need to think of the internet as a land, a world, a universe, a territory. And on the internet, there are different countries. And in those countries, there are different neighborhoods or towns and cities and neighborhoods eventually. And you want to be in a neighborhood that reflects what you want to achieve or to live or to be surrounded by in your life, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. So if you are in neighborhood where you feel depressed, right? Depression Central. If you're sitting on the couch watching reality TV shows every day and eating, shitting, and then you're going to be in that neighborhood and you're going to pay rates of that neighborhood and you're going to have the services of that neighborhood. But if you surround yourself with a joy, happy, fun neighborhood vibe, then everything else will be like that. So whenever you see anyone trying to threaten that, whether it's in real life or in one of the lands of the internet, you are going to have to escape because that's danger. Because on the internet, there are no physical boundaries. They will be when you guys have to verify your age to get on, but right now there are no physical boundaries. So you could be in Roblox, for example. I was speaking to my dear friend Ryan M. Montgomery in the realms. And you could be in a Roblox game, for example, and you could be thinking you're talking to other kids, but you're actually talking to adults. Worse, not just sicko adults sitting in the basements for their own psychological whatever, but adults who have made a business out of luring young kids, putting them in a 764 cult, and then telling them, tricking them into believing in the devil through various acts of digital exploitation and extortion. Do you know how many young teenagers have taken their own lives because some random weird person on the internet told them that they have their pictures and they're going to send it to everyone if they don't give them $10,000 or whatever? The internet is not real. It's digital. It's as real as your dreams. So when I hear of young people taking their own lives over internet stuff, it's very concerning, and obviously it drives the aliens insane. So now we decided to come and teach you how to do this, but only if you want it, because if you don't want it, then the bad guys will get it and they'll just update their ways and tricks, and then you'll still be eaten alive. So then what are we doing here? So let's talk about survival. That's the number one thing. SERE, survive. Survival means doing whatever you have to do to get out of the situation which is presenting you danger. Now, survival can look different in different scenarios. So I'm going to give you scenarios which you'll be able to relate to. These scenarios were tested, so I know they work. For example, somebody figures out that you are a mall worlder. You live in the mall world, you can travel astrally and find things and do whatever. And so they decide they are going to become your boyfriend or girlfriend because you are going to, I don't know, give them good luck. How could you give them good luck? Well, you could be in love with them and then your gifts will rub off on them. Because think about it, if you're living with someone 24/7 and you are connected to the astral realm, you end up saying things that you don't even know you're saying, but they are beneficial to the other person. And so they like having you around because you're always on it. And that's normal. That's what it's supposed to be like when it's true love. That's the gift of aliens. But since God told us that we are marked. When we were kicked out of Eden, we were given a mark, and that mark says, no humans can kill us. If they try, it's not done. So, when we were kicked out of there, Well, yeah, Adam and Eve, everybody got kicked out. Where do you think we come from? I didn't say we were Cain, but we were kicked out of the garden. But we were the ones who were given the authority to name things. So when somebody, we still have that energy, it rubs off on us. It's like radiation. Anyway, so somebody meets you and they want to fall in love with you. It's not because they like you, it's because they like what happens when they're around you. Amen, my course. And so when you are around this type of person, sometimes you can't escape. Like, what if you're in school? You can't tell your parents you're not going to school anymore, you're dropping out of college. You have to stay in school and fight demons at the same time and pass all your grades and over succeed because you're an alien. You have to overbeat the humans because we can't have them running stuff anymore. That's why Trump is a time traveler. He told you he's a time traveler. We put him there. He traveled with us on the ship. So now you are going to have to survive some very unpleasant things in places where no one can help you. No police can come to your school and wait until you go into the bathroom when the bully comes to steal your lunch money or beat you up. You have to do it yourself. Now, your parents were too busy working so they could pay for your education and for your fancy devices and video games and TV games or whatever y'all do. The only presents I got were like, oh, I need blank CDs. Okay, you'll get them for your birthday, which I preferred because aliens have to work. So when you are, say, for example, cornered, I'll give you an example from me. I used to be bullied a lot. So eventually I was like, well, instead of getting beaten up, why don't I seduce them like Mata Hari? So then that's what I did. And I learned how to do it by practicing survival. Survival means you want to get out of the situation you're in no matter what. So there's no morality on your survival, and there's even no reasoning to survival. You just do it. But if you don't have a pre-packaged survival kit, you might panic and freeze when, I don't know, a dirty producer tries to grab you. Instead of slapping them or whatever, or running away, you're gonna freeze. And then that's a whole 2-year investigation and backlog at the FBI. And the FBI has a lot of stuff to do. They don't have time to do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why they take so long, so they can catch everyone like me. I took 10 years. You catch everyone in a net, and then the path is clear. So survive. I went to an all-boys school, so I had to seduce boys to survive. And how did I come up with that idea? Well, first of all, I thought they hated me because they were bullying me. And then when I heard the rumors about me, that I was sleeping with everyone, even though I didn't talk to anyone, I thought, oh, it's alien shit. That's what they want. So rule number 1, find out what your target wants. With the fake agent Zerdek, he wanted information. Because when I came back from Asia, I knew that if I was a billionaire, I wouldn't rest until I was dead. So I thought to myself, well, he's probably going to follow me and track me everywhere. I can't talk to anyone. Yeah, for a whole year and a half, I haven't spoken to anyone except my mother. Yeah. Welcome to being a Monoptic agent. Haven't been to a cinema. Yeah, welcome. So when I got back, I realized that everything around me was now going to be more different. But it was easy because I grew up in the program. And I knew that I had to draw them out so I could delete all of them. And part of that survival was finding out what everyone who came into my life after that wanted. So one of them wanted information, that was Zodek. So I fed him a whole bunch of shit information. No one ever talks to me on Reddit. So when he started talking to me on Reddit, I knew he was a plant. I knew since day one, obviously. Now, every time I spoke to him, I could sense that there was some spirit attachment, an intranquil spirit. And so I decided to not keep him too close to what I was really doing, but I still needed him close because he's part of my proof. Yes, like I said in the other show, I can't come up here and tell you what's happening. I need you to experience it like I did as a kid, so that you would also be scarred and traumatized to awaken to your loss of innocence that yes, demons are real and crazy gang stalkers exist. And I have evidence, you've seen it through my life. But you think I'm sad and I care. No, I cared when I was 16 and I was the only one in a room full of adults who said we should arrest this child molester, and all the adults said, no, you're overreacting. And I said, fine, if you don't get rid of her by tomorrow, I'm telling the newspaper. And I came to school tomorrow and she was gone. That's how aliens work. We tell you what to do and you do it. Why? Because when we get disturbed emotionally, it disturbs the foundation of your reality, the foundations of your reality. So if I'm in a class trying to study and the kid next to me is depressed and sad because one of the teachers molested him, it's now my problem that he's been molested and I won't rest until it's done. If I am a filmmaker trying to make a movie, but the Democrats have made it so that I cannot make the business connections I need to make in Hollywood, then I will go to Hollywood in the rounds and I will dismantle whoever is in Hollywood that is blocking me. I've been doing this for 30 years. So now you're going to be a survivor in that whenever you're in a situation, find out what do they want. So that guy, Zerdek, wanted information. The other guy, the gigolo, he wanted money and sex. Both of these things will lead to your downfall. I told you yesterday, loose lips sink ships. And then I said, see something, say something. Yes, say something to us. Not to everyone. That's why we shadow ban you psychics. If you're a psychic or a psych kid or a Stargate kid, or you're from the mall world, or you have any kind of precognition, you are shadow banned because you are a security level clearance person. Okay, we're hip with the kids. So once you find out what the person wants, you now know how to move on to the next step, evasion. Oh, why do they want information? Give me 1,000 likes and I'll tell you. I'll tell you why they want sex, so they can infect you with the virus or a disease, and then they own you. The whole point of this is blackmail. We have to have something on you to blackmail you with. That way, if I meet you now and you're 18 years old and college, and I can get some video footage of you saying or doing something, you can go on and become anything later on, the CEO of any company, the biggest company in the world. But I have that videotape, so now you belong to me. It's like people don't invest, you know what I mean? Like, why are you working when you can just trap people and then they can work for you? It's like Fight Club, right? When Ed Norton like punches himself and then he tells his boss, well, guess what you're gonna do now? You're gonna pay me and I'm not gonna be here. It's like that. That's alien shit. Okay. So once you have the information, you know how to survive. So for example, if someone wants to be your honeypot, if they want to trap you in a relationship to I don't know, make you think weird thoughts or scramble your brains, whatever. You're not going to approach it necessarily the same as someone who wants information. You're going to confuse the one who wants information, and you're going to blue ball the one who wants sex. That's what you do. Because then what you're trying to do is to get them in an emotional state. Because once they're in an emotional state, you own them. They belong to you. Because humans follow set programming. When they're in a certain state, they'll do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Always, no matter what. Like a robot. Okay, Viv says I must stop. I'm giving too much technology. Okay, so now you're going to go to evasion. When you're doing your evasion, the point is get out, get away, no matter what. Somehow, some way, leave. One thing I like to do, this again, like if you're in public and someone is trying to grab you physically, then obviously you can scream, you can throw yourself on the ground. But if you're in a cafe and there's someone there stalking you who you know wants you to react, so everyone says you're crazy, how do you evade them? How do you go? Walk away. Eight of Cups. Now, a lot of people, especially that we see and hear about in the media, for example, in the gang culture, as they say in the academic books, they say that in America, if someone goes against you or says something about you, you have to immediately show them who's boss and, send, what is it called? Fly by night. Shoot by, drive by. Fly by night. They send drive-bys and stuff, and bullets go whizzing past your head. You don't know what's happening there. No, walking away is good. It's not a sign of being weak or being less of a man. Walking away is what Jesus said. Yes, we have to bring Jesus into this. It's his freaking program. But come if you like Buddha. Come, everyone, Indians, come. Hindi, come. I have Hydra, Ananda, Vasuki, Shesha, Padmanabham, Chakampala, Takshaka, Dhrashtra, Kaliya, no, Takshaka, Kaliyapani. Did I miss one? Anand, Vasuki, Shesha, Padmanabha, Chakampala, Takshaka, I can't leave comments. Hang on. What can I do on here? We're not going till I get my Hydra. You can't even write on here. Okay, guys. Hang on, we're taking a detour. It's an hour show. Stop looking. Damn it. Okay, it's been a while. Don't judge me. I want to see who I was forgetting. I didn't forget anyone. Oh, okay. Okay. Ananda, Vasuki, Shesha, Padmanabha, Chakambala, Shankapala, Dhritarashtra, Takshaka, Kaliyapani. There. Where did I miss one then? Oh, it's Shankapala. That's what I miss. Shankapala. Okay, sorry, Shankapala. Okay. Yeah, that's Hydra. What did you think Hydra was? Some secret organization. So, back to what I was saying. You need to evade. I need to turn this down. So, when you when you go away, when you evade someone, now it's like super cold. I normally like a cold studio, but it's so cold. So when you evade, you have to find a way. One way I did it, I normally do it like that. You just overboard emotions. I mean, come on, which person, if it's a honeypot, which guy likes a stage 5 Klingon, whatever? No one. So you're not gonna. And don't speak bad about Klingons. I have a song in Klingon. Yes, I had to learn Sanskrit and Klingon to play this part. And I had to go from fat to skinny. I had to go from skinny to fat, fat to fit to middle. Okay. So say, do whatever you need to do. My acting teacher said that when she was in Los Angeles, this man wanted to catch her, so she acted crazy and he left her alone. So you can act crazy for a minute and people will leave you alone. You can, yeah, just any kind of thing to make the other person not proceed with their plan, whatever that is. And then the next part is resistance. You have to find a way to resist. So let's say you're already married and you're watching this and you just discovered that your husband is an op and you've been got. You could run away, evasion, outpack when he's gone and disappear, never find me again. But then I'm famous, so they would find me. So then I'm not going to say what I would do, but it wouldn't be an issue for long. So, resistance, how do you resist once you're in a situation? What if you've been captured by, like I was, by a gigolo and you think it's a normal person, but at night he's getting his back broke out by CEOs? So, what do you do to resist if you don't want to do that? Well, do what I do. You saw me posting it everywhere whenever I was getting bad publicity. Resist by listening to music. One of my favorite songs is Gwen Stefani, What You Waiting For? Because if you watch that, it's like Alice in Wonderland, and all these weird things are happening to her, but at the end of the movie, of the show, whatever, she's finished. The song's finished. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Everything is gonna go crazy, but the song will be finished. You don't even have to write it. You see, she doesn't write it. She just sits on it. She's just like, oh, I should do that on the thing. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna cut it in. That'll make a nice promo. It's Madonna and I. We have a curve. And I hate it because my teeth go in like this. So then there's like a shadow. You see like that dot, and then it looks bad from far. But if they were like this, but I don't want to change them because Madonna said and Oprah said must be myself. Okay, I just did it. I just did it again. That's how you do it. That's resistance. Okay, there you go. There's a freebie. Okay, and Holly Marie Combs is my resistance, all of them. And I have more that you don't know about. I have more that you don't know about because remember, all of this which I'm teaching you, I'm not teaching you, I'm telling you, is coming out of my cover legend, which I shouldn't be telling you, but I'm telling you. So you really don't know what I think or what that's what we say. If you really want to know who I am, you have to come to the Chaka Bar at the Oyster Box and we'll have a drink. We'll shoot the shit with Smitty. And Khloe Kardashian came to the Oyster Box. French Montana came to. I wasn't there, obviously. I don't know them. Do I know Chloe? No. Just because we wear the same clothes, it doesn't mean I know her. When Jay-Z came, did I? No. You think I know Jay-Z? Just because Tasha K said I'm protecting him because I'm wearing black and white, you think I know Jay-Z? Come on, guys. Come on. Just because I like his new hairstyle, you think now we like this. Come on. Where are you getting this from? This is a show. It's a show. It's not my life, it's a show. So that's how you do that one. And then number 3 is escape. Oh, no. Escape. If you read my thesis, you'll see it's all about escape. The whole thing is you guys want to escape reality. I understand you want to escape the matrix, but I'm telling you, I'm your last stop of the matrix. If you go past me, you will go nuts. You'll be like Stephen A. Smith. Blaming, I'm not going to go. I never read the script before I get on because I don't want to get sick. Because when I hear human stupidity, I get sick. I was reading the Kim Kardashian script. I have to do her for the weekend show. On the weekends, we do highlights, just an hour. And I was reading the Kim Kardashian one, and it's ridiculous. Mark Bundle or Brundle, whatever his name is, OBE, just because Lewis Hamilton is an alien, you wanna, he laps everyone because he's one of us. And Kim was going there to give him a message for me. So don't come here and ask Kim questions and then be surprised when she doesn't answer you because you talk shit about us and then act like a victim. That's why we have to escape, guys. Well, you guys wanted to escape, but in the program I developed for you, go into the description box and read the thesis. It's a maverick version of a thesis, and then it's a creative statement because it's not changing. And then you will understand why I say you want to escape, and instead of escaping through abuse of drugs or abusing your abilities in the mall, because you guys can actually say, I'm not telling them that. They know they can though. You guys can summon things into the realm and it affects things. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna be like that guy in Charmed in the dream something episode where he was in a wheelchair and he couldn't walk, so he decided to rape people in their dreams. I don't like using that one. He decided to rape people in their dreams. And he thought it was okay because he was a scientist who invented the technology. The Charmed ones didn't like that. Holly Marie said they didn't like that, and Drew and BK. But I like that episode. I like that shimmering silk thing, and it's nostalgic, okay? So in that escape, the way they escaped out of a dream, because how do you survive a dream? You resist, by realizing it's a dream, and then you escape by killing the thing. So she pushed him off the building. I know, right? He was already in a wheelchair. She pushes him off, and then he dies in bed. Charmed was savage, and then is savage. And then, what's the guy? Escape. Oh, in your dream, in Nightmare on Elm Street. What's her name? Nancy. Heather Logencomb, my favorite line. Mrs. Logencomb, Mrs. Logencomb, calm down. Everything's fine. Wes Craven is the best. He's the one I need to blame for this because he came before I opened the shop. Wes Craven was right here telling me all of the stuff that went down. He told me. Emma Roberts was there. I think Emma got me Patrick. And then I think Wes got me like everyone else. Oh, Wes got me Rose. Yeah. And then Rose got me everyone, basically. And Kid Bookie is amazing. I should have him on the show. Yeah, but maybe he doesn't want to be on the show because he doesn't want his business out there. And, normally I put people on the show that are promoting something so that at least, even if it comes out weird, it'll still come out, you're getting the publicity. He does have a new album out. Do we say album? We have to say music project now. Okay. Kid Bookie does have a new music project out, and so I would recommend you check it out. He's holding a rose on the cover, and yeah, Rose has a lot going on as well. I should have them, but then I don't want them to be targeted. Okay, so I'll have Kid Bookie because he has stuff on. And Rose, I'll do you and your movie stuff. But then, come to the rounds, guys. I know. Okay, Stephen Colbert, your schedule. Okay, but Stephen Colbert has like 15 million people. I'm following his schedule and by myself. Stephen. And I have to do the weekend update. Highlight. We'll see. Well, you see, they do highlights. I can't edit, so I have to literally do a highlight. So I guess I'll do you guys while I wait for these 1,000 likes. The day I see those 1,000 likes will be fun. But at least I gave you enough. Yes, it'll be fun because I'm a man. Numbers matter to me. Have you seen the movie Open Season? I'm the American guy with the numbers. And he was right. It wasn't his fault. The numbers were right. It was the machine. Exactly. So, what are we without data? We're just walking around doing whatever we want to do, eating babies. I know we have. Okay, so that's what you get now. So see ya. Oh, escape. How do you escape? Run away, bite, chew, whatever. Escape. But that's your goal. That's what I started this video telling you. You need to escape. Well, you need to survive. And how do you survive? By escaping, not fighting. That's the main thing. As a monoptic agent, you do not ever carry out defensive or self-defensive strikes because you have to walk away. Because you have to think. Because when you come back on an offensive strike, you are going to finish it. If you fight unprepared, you may or may not win. If you walk away, it'll look like you lost. But when you come back, when you return, like Aphrodite, Venus, every 584 days, Venus returns. So will you. And you'll win, because it's guaranteed. It's in the cosmos. turn the other cheek and all. Okay, so you can go to Lumania. Remember I told you, Lumania is your acting club. So, look, the information, my goal is for you to get the information, and all I ask in return is for credit. Tell the people where you got it from. Don't be like Rhonda Byrne, who invented The Secret, and not tell everyone you got it from Esther Hicks until we have to go get the research. Because once we find Esther Hicks, we discover how to actually use the technology properly. So it's like that. I'm the real head witch bitch of aliens on Earth. Well, I'm the master alien on Earth, and I'm the head witch bitch for Mark Zuckerberg. Because Mark Zuckerberg is one of us. He's the Lord of Hearth, which is my Instagram page, my home. That's why if you come to YouTube, you won't be able to see some content that you can see there. Because here, Sergey is fighting Naveen. Okay. They're fine. They're good sports. It's fine. It's fine. We're all in on it. It's fine. So yes, so go to Instagram, that's very important, and follow and like there, and go look at all of the proof. Now I know when you see the proof, you're gonna feel like you're in danger and that you're gonna go into survival mode, some of you, and you're gonna try and escape the reality which I'm presenting to you by calling me crazy, by saying I need mental help, by saying I need to go see someone or whatever. But at the end of the day, you are answering to a boss. I'm sitting here, listen to what I'm telling you, so you can also sit here and talk to celebrities every day. Doesn't that sound inspirational? If you cut out all the struggles in between, it does. And any unpredictability you might fear. Because you're going to have to make friends with unpredictability. If you have Aquarius in your chart, that'll be very good. A good Aquarius. So everything that I tell you here, we discuss it all in the mall. When some of you go to the mall world, you go to different shops, and some of you with those different shops, you experience some different, oh, oops. It's like magic. So with those different shops in the mall, there are different experiences inside. So some of you go to the arcade, some of you go to the clothing store, some of you go to the food court. And in each of those locations, different things take place. Some of you have complained that you don't like some of the things that happen in certain areas and you've wanted to go to other areas. Well, that's why I developed a map of the rounds. Excuse my course. The name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So I developed a map of the rounds, and in that map, you are able to basically orient yourself through feeling, sensation, and awareness of feeling and sensation as to whether you are here on earth. So if I pinch myself, ow, I'm on earth. But if I pinch myself in the astral realm, nothing happens, right? That's what this is for. It's to standardize our language of communication so we can coordinate and operate from the shadows. That's why we have a book of shadows, because we are monoptic agents and we are apparently protecting Jay-Z. I don't know. There's the oyster box. Okay, so I think that's good. 50 minutes, yeah. I'll do proper full hours. I think I will just do 45 because there's no ads. I should just do 40. Yeah, I'll do 40. Yeah, I'll do 40. Okay, I don't have to overachieve anymore. I already proven I could do. I mean, I learned the choreography to three of Madonna's concerts, and then I would go out and do it. So I've basically done every single Madonna concert except flying on a wire and going up on down on a thing. But I've like done the steps. It's just the formalities now. And I've done like 65 million seasons of 15 different TV shows and God knows how many movies. So, and I'm a SAFTA nominee. So I can relax now. And I've escaped death like 500 million times. And I'm always cold because I'm a reptilian. And when people touch me, they say, why are your hands so cold? And then I have to make up stories. So thanks to President Trump, now I can tell you because I'm an alien. Thanks for coming. Create a new persona.